And so, excuse me, and then Alice and Dally. Alice and Dally? What? Hey guys, so today I'm here to be doing my Degrassi review of episode 27. So, you know, the whole gang, like Allie, Dallas, Jenna, and Connor, they're packing for the science fair or whatever. And Dallas is like, do you think people would mind if she forgot her toothbrush? And I'm like, yeah, I think people would mind. And, Jenna pulls him aside and decides to tell him no flirting with Allie because she needs to focus. You know, she's been working on this for a really long time. And I'm just like, he can't help it. Like, he likes Allie. Just leave him alone. And Tristan comes into class and he's just like he's such a tired celebrity. And I'm like, what is going on with him? And I'm like, he looks ridiculous. And turns out Maya, Zoe, and Tristan, they all have a new teacher in class. And of course they all think he's cute and they like him or whatever. And then it cuts to Claire and Drew and they're like finishing each other's sentences or whatever. And I'm like, okay, since when do you guys have the same thought process? Like, you guys were never on track before. And Becky actually tells them that like 93% of the school thinks that they're a couple because, or you know, they have a thing because of the way they act around each other now. And I'm like, I can see that. And I just think it's so weird how they've like, how they've just spun all of this into a Claire and Drew thing. Like, who would have thought? And I don't know who came up with that idea. Like, I don't think anyone would have thought about them being together before. And then, okay, so it cuts back to Allie. And, okay, so it's so weird because now Allie actually wants Dallas to ask her out. And I'm like, he's been asking you out for, like, the past year. And all you said was no, and now you want him to ask you out after he's trying not to distract you? Like, really, Allie? And they make a pit stop or whatever at the mall, which at first I thought the science fair was at the mall, so yeah, but it isn't, of course. And Dallas is trying on sunglasses and she's like, that's because those are for girls. And all of a sudden you hear some explosion, and like I said, I thought the science fair was at the mall, so that's why my thought process was like, first I was like, it's a bombing, and second I was like, did someone's experiment go off? But yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, why now? Like, what the heck? And Claire, she tells Drew to like tone their relationship or whatever down because, you know, of what people are thinking, and he's like, so what? And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know, like, I really don't know what to think about it. It's so weird. So then Dallas and Allie, they're they're like leaving the mall because, you know, of course the police are clearing everyone out. And they stopped Dallas, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, is this the whole women and children first thing? And it's not. They're like, step to the side, and I'm just like, what the heck? And it was so cute because Allie was like, Dallas, don't leave me. Okay, she wasn't like that, but she was like, what? Where are you going? She's like, no, he's with me. And I don't know. They just separate them, and I can't believe this episode, like, racial profiling. That's, oh my gosh. You know, Dallas steps off to the side and they're like, come over here. And what do you see? You see a bunch of black guys behind the line. And they even pulled Connor. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this just, and it just made me so upset. I'm like, really? Really? Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what kind of, it's just so annoying. It really is. Claire's in class and her phone keeps going off because of Drew's profile or whatever. And, you know, Becky's just like, can you turn that thing off? And, you know, Claire's just like, I don't know, she's really thinking hard about the whole thing that Becky said when, you know, how Becky said everyone thinks they're a couple. And she even suggested that Becky date Drew just to see what kind of girls he likes. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's another bad couple. Like, they would never be together. Never. And then Imogen comes up to Claire and she's like, you know, if you hurt Eli, I'll spork your eyes out and feed them to my fishies. And I'm like, she says this threat, yet she says fishies. Like, what? You don't. Who threatens people and then uses a baby word in the mix? Like, what? It doesn't make sense. And then Imogen kids around with her and she's like, yeah, I had a crush on you with your new hair. Yeah, you know, and I'm just like, what? And Imogen even says to her, she's like, I'm kidding. And she's like, you know what, Claire, you are so not Drew's type. And I'm like, she really isn't. And I don't understand why Claire and Drew are getting so hurt over when people say they're not each other's type. Like, you really think you're meant for each other? I mean, I don't know. They just, like, they overthink it so much, and I don't understand. And Claire comes up with the idea to catfish Drew, which, you know, make a fake profile and pretend to be some other girl, and I'm like, this isn't going to end well. And, then it turns out that, you know, Zoe and Tristan's new teacher has like this new secret writing club or whatever, and it turns out Zoe gets in but Tristan doesn't, and of course he's upset by that because he really wanted to be in the club. And he's like, well, I'm an actor, and he's like, so that means I'm a writer who cares about his appearance. And I'm like, but actors don't write their scripts. Like, what? I don't understand the connection. And then the police let Dallas and Connor go finally, and I'm just like, I really can't believe that whole scene, and I'm just like, oh, you know what, whatever, you know, like, just, it's done, it's over with, they let them go, because obviously it wasn't their fault, like, whatever. Tristan followed the secret writing group to their secret location, because, you know, they have, like, these secret meetings or whatever, and, of course, the teacher's, like, I guess a little shocked or whatever by it, and you know, he has Tristan explain why he thinks he should be a part of it, and he asked the already members if to vote, and Zoe does not want to raise her hand. He looks at her and like Tristan looks at her and he's like, Zoe, and she's like, fine. And just like, why wouldn't she vote for him though? I don't know, Zoe's weird. And so then Claire decides to set Drew up, kinda, and I guess she picks from a profile of girls, and then she puts her catfish one on there. And she gets upset because Drew doesn't pick her profile. She's like, well, look at this girl. She loves reading, she's into writing, she loves history, she loves this and that. And he's like, not my type of girl. I'm just like, Claire, how are you gonna be hurt? Like, I don't understand how they're getting hurt when they know that they would not pick each other. I don't understand. And then Connor and Dallas are driving around in Simpson's car because, you know, he let them borrow it or whatever. And the cops come up behind them, and I'm just like, what do they do now? Like, I'm already paranoid from when they were profiled at the mall, so I'm just like, I don't think they were speeding or anything. And you know, Dallas is tired of it too, because he's like, what did we do wrong? Like, he's like, this is a stolen vehicle. Okay, how the heck are you gonna tell them it's a stolen vehicle when you, like, we as the audience and they, like Connor and Dallas, know for a fact it's not reported as stolen. So how the heck do you know if I just stole this car? Like, what? I guess because, you know, if they had a report saying, oh, this car was stolen, and it just so happens they're driving the same car, but you don't even have proof. And then you ask for the license and registration just because the car doesn't belong to them. People drive other people's cars with permission all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Like, as a teenager, you don't have your own car. Like, most people don't have their own car. So yes, you're driving your parents' car. You can't tell me I stole this car. It's my freaking mom's car. Like, excuse me? I don't understand. And I thought it was hilarious. The way Dallas says this, when the cop walks away, he's like, yeah, why don't you come over here and kiss my black butt? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. That makes me laugh so much. I literally replayed that moment at least 10 times because it was so funny. the way he said it. But yeah, I'm just like, are you kidding me? And Connor, I don't know how, but he's just kind of oblivious to the situation. I'm like, do you really not see what's happening? Like, this is happening to you guys twice today. And if I remember correctly, they said it was the same cop. So you don't get pulled over by the same cop twice in one day. Like, okay, first you're at the mall and now you're following me on my way to the science fair. Like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously, it's so annoying. And Tristan is crushing, of course, on his new teacher or whatever, and which I already figured because, you know, when they first introduced a new teacher. But yeah, so anyways, the cops take Sensen's car or whatever. Well, I don't know if they take it. I can't remember. I have bad memory. But yeah, and it's just so annoying. It's just really annoying because it's like they didn't even do anything this whole day. They just want to get to a freaking science fair so Dallas can see his girl win. Like, what the heck? I don't get it. I really don't get it. How are you pulled over if it's not reported stolen? I don't get it. Anyways, yeah, so I love Dally. Do they even have a name? I'm gonna call them Dally because that's a cute name. Dallas and Allie. It's like New Delhi. Okay, I'm weird. I'm going to end this review. Thanks for watching. Toodles!